Imagine a bear who refuses to trade acorns for honey today because he might find a better deal tomorrow, but tomorrow he ends up paying double. That's not logic, that's bounded rationality. Welcome to the quirky side of the forest economy. Today we're exploring behavioral economics and bounded rationality. By the end, you'll see why bears, bees, and foxes often act irrationally, and how the owl tries to guide them back to reason. Most bears think they make wise choices with their acorns, but that's the mistake. Emotions, habits, and shortcuts often drive decisions more than logic. That's why the forest economy doesn't always behave the way the owl's rulebook predicts. So let's start with behavioral economics. Behavioral economics studies the silly, emotional side of choices. Bears might buy honey just because other bears are lining up, even if they don't need it. Foxes might raise prices because they feel demand is high, not because it really is. Bees might overproduce honey to avoid regret later.
These quirks shape the forest economy in surprising ways. But why do animals act this way? That's where bounded rationality comes in. What happens when bears can't process all the choices? Bounded rationality means bears can't think through every option perfectly. Their brains, or paws, have limits, so they use shortcuts, buying the first honey jar they see, trusting the fox's advice, or copying other bears. These shortcuts save time, but often lead to irrational outcomes. And here's how the two connect. Behavioral economics shows the quirks, and bounded rationality explains the limits. Together, they reveal why the forest economy doesn't run on perfect logic. The owl, acting as both wise teacher and patient regulator, explains these mistakes and sets gentle rules to keep the forest from spiraling into chaos. But most bears misunderstand these quirks. Therefore, they make mistakes.
Here are 3 common mistakes bears make. Mistake number 1. Bears think irrational choices are rare. In reality, they happen every day. Mistake number 2. Bears assume shortcuts always save them. Sometimes shortcuts cost more. Mistake number 3. Bears forget the owl's wisdom. Rules exist to protect them from their own quirks. Here's the most interesting part. Sometimes irrational choices spread like wildfire. One bear panic buys honey, others copy, and suddenly prices soar. Or one fox sets a silly price and all foxes follow. These ripples prove the forest economy isn't just math, it's psychology. So here's the takeaway. Behavioral economics explains the quirks, bounded rationality explains the limits, and together they show why bears don't act logically. Next time you see a strange price change, picture the forest making quirky choices.